Howdy folks, Shawn here with Hiking with Shawn on YouTube. Oh, we don't need that. There we are. Mute. Well, howdy folks. Shawn here from Hiking with Shawn on YouTube. And today I thought I'd do a live stream. Oh, get this hair back. And eat unhealthy pizza. And we're live. And there you go. And we're live. And we are live. We are totally live. I see two people's watching. Hello, two people. I did just touch my face, but my hands are washed. I want to point that out. Staying inside tonight. Figured it'd be a good night to do a live stream. So that's what I'm doing. Ooh, 5 people watching. So the purpose of this show, this live stream, is just feel free to chat away, and if you have questions for me, questions for your fellow users, and just have fun. Otherwise, I guess I could tell you what I'm doing, besides eating. I've been doing a lot of biking lately. Biking to me is like a really good way to socially distance and still get my exercise, because usually I ride alone. Well, hey, Noble Archive, I haven't seen you in forever. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again, buddy. I remember all them live streams we all used to do. That was fun. That was a good time. Sorry you're all just kind of watching me eat, but I'm hungry. I'm glad you're doing okay. Glad you're staying safe with all this craziness. I'm doing pretty good myself. Still working. That's one good thing about critical manufacturing. And the county I work in there's no positive confirmed cases of it yet, so that's a plus. Who knows how long, though? All the other counties around us have confirmed cases, so probably ain't gonna take long. Dollar store pizza, just so everyone knows. DiGiorno, it's not delivery. Not an advertisement. Been pretty good though here, Noble, for what it's worth. Been pretty decent. Starting to get warm, a little bearable to get outside. And what's up, Gravel? Welcome. I almost ordered a pizza from Casey's, but I thought, nah, that's all I ever eat. That's all we got in my town of Casey's. So it's kind of like that, or go to the next town to the dollar store and get you a little frozen pizza or taco or something. Dollar stores have toilet paper again, so that's kind of nice. Bought a little 4-pack. Could have got like an 8-pack, but I don't really need 8 rolls, you know. Welcome, Reese. Hope I'm saying your name right, Reese. But, yep, it's nice to see toilet paper again. Of course, I bought a big pack of paper towels, so, you know, if, like, the crap hits the fan, no pun intended, you know, there's plenty of paper towels to clean it all up with. That is funny. I'm a nerd. I'm such a nerd. That's the way to do it, Noble. I should cook more myself. You know, I should like grill and make better meals and stuff like that. This is kind of a wake-up call that I need to do that. I've ate a lot of fast food, too much fast food. I bet, Noble, you're more in a city, aren't you? You're more in like a more populated urban environment. I live around a lot of little towns, so usually you can, you know, you can pretty much find it. Now, that first couple of weeks you couldn't. Everyone freaked out and just bought as much as they could. Let's see here. I recall you asking about some bike packing equipment. Alright, thanks, Gravel. I'm not too worried about it being waterproof. I could put it in, like, if anything needs to stay dry, I could put them in those big sandwich baggies or like wrap them in a trash bag. Something lightweight like that. I think it'd be alright. Let's see. I do a lot of on my Blackstone griddle. Oh yeah, I've heard of them. Oh, got a cougar behind me. You can easily find TP and food here near Mount Vernon. Small towns are good in that way. Yeah, I agree. I've been to Mount Vernon ages. I used to work in Mount Vernon at one time. Well, I've worked there a few times. I've worked at Joy Mining doing security. If you're talking about Mount Vernon, Illinois. And then I also worked at Crossroads Hospital doing security in the emergency room. Long time ago. North Carolina. Oh, okay. Yeah, gravel. That's probably what I'd just do. I do want to do some bike packing though once all this kind of chills out a little bit. You know, I need to start kind of, all this happening kind of just makes you wake up a little and you know, think you need to start checking off stuff off your bucket list. You know, get out and explore, because you know, life is pretty short. So what's crazy about all this though, folks, is I have 2 master degrees in this, and exactly what's going on: public health, emergency management. And I ended up getting a job in quality assurance, which isn't disaster, you know. And in my current job now, I wanted to help, so I said, hey, I have 2 degrees and 50 plus FEMA certifications and all this experience and all that. I'm not saying I'm an expert by any means, but you know, I do have knowledge and I don't panic. And I said I want to help, so now I'm getting all of the experience that I need in emergency management. I'm pretty much running the communications side of the continuity of where I'm employed, and it's been challenging, and that just kind of makes me really opens my mind. Just a lot of mind opening stuff here lately, and just kind of making me a better person, I think. Hope it does that to everyone. Because this is the one event where we all need to work together, including these weirdos in the political office, all of them. This is the one time when everyone needs to be bipartisan. I mean, you know me, I don't like to do the political thing, but right now is the one time everyone needs to work together. Hopefully. Our farm is about 15 minutes from there. Okay, at least you're in a farm. That is that's a good deal. I wish I would have bought some property. I'm actually looking at a place at Vienna to maybe buy for some like bed and Airbnb type business, but it's like a little tiny house cabin converted portable building type thing, and it's on 5 acres, Dutchman Lake area, and I don't know, it's not badly priced, and if they ever get a hold of me, I might get on it. And if anything, on the weekends I don't book it out. It would be a nice little getaway place. So, but my girlfriend, she lives in Metropolis, and eventually I'm going to live there. And she lives out in the country. It's not quite in Metropolis, but it's close. And it's a good area to have gardens and little farming type stuff. So I think more people need to do that. You need to grow your own stuff. It's important. Let's see. I like the weather down here. It's been, yep, a little warmer probably, right? I got laid off due to this stuff. A lot of people did. There's a whole lot of unemployment. 10% of American population, I think, is unemployed. And you don't think that's a lot, but it really is. I mean, it's millions. Let's see. I have some great routes in southern Illinois. Hopefully when all this is over, we can take, dang right, gravel. we'll get together. Um, we will definitely get together. I'm glad they were able to do, what do they call that? That big gravel ride in Alto Pass. What do they call that? Dirty South? Yeah, Dirty South. I'm glad they were able to do that. Okay, Jet, hey, do you think they may become more strict down in the Shawnee Forest with the coronavirus? We hiked the River Trail up Garden of the Gods loop last week. Well, Jet, Garden of the Gods observation area is closed officially. They've gated it. You can't even get to Backpackers parking lot or anything. Bellsmith Springs is officially closed and gated. I think they'll become strict if one of two things. I think two things, one of two things or both needs to happen for them to close the whole forest, or more areas at least. In areas where people are crowding in groups, and even if people are practicing social distancing, if it's like bringing big groups, I think they're going to say, hey, we got to close it just for public safety. That's what I would do. I mean, that stinks, but you just got to think ahead, and if you're worried about public health and all that, you got to. But so I think like places like Burton Falls will be next, but it's going to be really hard to close that because there's really no gate. So they'll just have to barricade the parking lot off. Hopefully they don't. But the second thing is if people don't heed the CDC recommendations and the governor has to do a more strict stay-at-home order, then they probably end up closing the whole forest down if they have to. Hopefully everyone kind of behaves. This is really all on us. Hey Bob, welcome. Steel Bob there, he's through hiked the River to River Trail with his son, who was 14 at the time. I'm surprised Jackson Falls is still open. Yeah, me too, because I heard it gets busy. But I think they're keeping an eye on everything. The feds really seem to want to keep stuff open and really cater to the people, which I'm happy about. And then they just kind of close the more populated areas off, which I think is a good practice. I'm kind of upset with the way DNR, and it really wasn't DNR, it was the folks up north. I'm kind of upset how they did the state parks. They could have targeted the ones that were getting the most. Tunnel Hill, in my opinion, I don't know. I guess people have mixed feelings about it, but you had a lot of people who went there to walk their children and push a stroller, and now they don't have that safe area. And like me, I would rather ride there or Giant City than on the road, but now I'm riding on the road, and that's just something people have to get over. I'm not gonna not ride. I got to keep my health up. Now it's more important than ever. But I social distance. Noble Archive, I want to take my kids and my girl out camping, but all the places are closed. I think a lot of people are running into that, Noble. Yep, you two have fun, Bob. Do let me know where you go, just in case you don't return. I could send the search party out to look for you. Let's see, they closed Wren Lake when I have never once met another hiker on the trails. Is Wren Lake actually closed now? I thought it was, some of it's open. I may be confused. I thought like Wren Lake was like partially controlled by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Have you seen any warblers yet? No, I'm not too sure, Trevor. I'm not really a big birder. So I've probably seen it and not realized it. I have a friend, though, named Jared, and he's from up north a little, but he would be the guy to ask about that. He is a birding champ, a birding expert. And he probably wouldn't. He'd probably say, "No, I'm not an expert," but I think he is. I mean, he can pretty much, when the birds are chirping a certain way, he could tell you why they're chirping that way, like they're warning calls, you know. Jet. I agree with state parks. They should close. Yeah, Starved Rock. If you look at a picture of Starved Rock on a normal day in the dead of winter when the waterfalls are frozen, there could be hundreds of people, and I remember seeing the official Twitter for Starved Rock State Park. During the summer, they would constantly have to close the parking lot because there's so much people. So just imagine taking people's bars and entertainment sectors away. Where are they going to go? They're going to go to the parks. So I think that was their initial reaction: close them all, and that'll keep them out of there. And then people started using Tunnel Hill anyway, and that caused a big problem. And I don't know. I haven't used it, and I'm not going to use it. Anything that's closed, I'm not going to use, and I don't advocate doing it. So that's my opinion. But I'm not going to shame you either. So there's a lot of folk out there who are shaming people and trying to boycott businesses and stuff like that, and it's sad. And you know, this crisis is going to really tell us who our friends are. So, and I am touching my face, I can't help it. They're clean, my hands are clean. Need a haircut. I'm gonna have to cut my own hair. I do that anyway. I think the problem with the state parks was the fact that so many people would have birds. Yeah, that's pretty much it. They just group up. There's a lot of grouping. And state parks are much smaller than the forest in most cases, so it's harder to maintain more of a social distance. Even around here, I've seen some of the state parks get fairly busy. Let's see, did I miss anything? I don't think so. If any of you requested stickers and you haven't got them yet, I mailed a bunch of them today, and I did it with care. I washed my hands and made sure I didn't cough into the envelope. I wouldn't do that anyway, but I tried to handle it with care. Got to sneak into my lunch bucket here for some caramel-filled Easter eggs. It's my weakness, sweets. There's a pretty good delay on this YouTube. I'm watching me in the past. That's kind of funny. Yep, that's what happens. Got your saliva all over the envelope. What do you rank as your favorite day hike in the Shawnee? Oof, man, that's a hard one. Let's see. I really like Trail 049. It's a longer trail. It's like a 10-mile hike. You could do it in a day. But I really enjoy it. You start at East Trigg and go on to River Trail. East, maybe? I think that's east. And you go towards Millstone Lake. So I go to Cove Hollow. 001T. There's a Cove Hollow on the west side at Cedar Lake. I'm not talking about that one. This one's on the east side near Millstone Lake. And you do this Cove Hollow loop and eventually get to Millstone Lake, and then it takes you into Jackson Falls and kind of loops you back. It's a fun hike. There's a lot to see. I try to do it multiple times a year. Mm-mm-mm. And that was a great question. Trevor, you probably are. Jared G. Like Gorel, something like that. I like Jared. He's a good kid. Yeah, do look into that. Jet, it is on all trails, I do believe. And you park at East Trig. You can camp out there. East Trig has a really big parking lot. Do you have any tips on ticks? I do. Permethrin is my tip. Chemical suppression. Soak your clothes in it inside and out. Don't do it around your pets. It'll mess with their nerves. At least the aerosol portion of it. Let your clothes, you know, sit in an open air environment for 24 hours before you wear them. Soak your gear in it as well, like backpack, hat, stuff like that. Socks, shoes, boots. And then you can get some repellent. I believe it's, thought I had some around. Maybe it's a Repel brand, and you can spray it on your skin, and it's for ticks specifically. It's red can, and I thought I had some around, but I guess I don't. But Old Goat in the Woods, he's here on YouTube. Just look up Old Goat in the Woods. He recommended it to me, and it's really good. You can spray it on your skin, and I would spray that on your clothes too, as an extra coating. Do not spray permethrin on your bare skin. It is strong chemical, so don't do that. But it's strong stuff. Bob, Steel Bob right there, I thought he was joking, and maybe he was, but he recommended that I wear pantyhose. Well, then I started researching it, and a lot of people do it. A lot of men, you know, they'll put on a pair of pantyhose, and for some reason, it repels ticks. So I don't do it, but that's an option. I get really bad seed ticks. They just tear me up, and they usually get me on the feet or legs. And buffalo gnats and those deer flies. Oh, they put welts on me. Then if I get stung by a bee, I have an allergic reaction. So I have to carry antihistamines and all sorts of stuff. Michelle is doing good. I seen her yesterday. We walked Snake Road and saw 7 snakes, and power walked back during a tornado warning. Watched a tree snap and fall, so there was that. But pretty fun day. I missed Snake Road dearly. Pretty much said I wasn't going to go, but then I thought, you know what? I'm social distancing, I'm following the rules, and it's open, so why should I punish myself? And I went, and I don't feel bad for it, you know. It's fun. Start hiking seriously last year and wasn't sure. Yeah, definitely protect yourself from the ticks. And that permethrin you can get at Walmart in a big, huge bottle. But if there's like a local hiking store anywhere, I'd definitely recommend going there first, just to give them some support. You can come down to Carbondale, the Shawnee Trails. They probably sell it. I don't know if they're open right now with COVID-19, but when hopefully they open back up, I'm really worried about small businesses. Really worried about them. Let's see, 049 map is free on multi-day. Yeah, there you go. It is on there. Like I said, Michelle's doing good. She's mushroom hunting every day. She's finding them on her property, the morels. So she gets home from work and mushroom hunts. And tomorrow's her last day for a few weeks. Her business is shutting down for a couple weeks. So I told her, I said, you're going to have to do something to keep yourself occupied. Let's see. Are there any outdoor hobbies you've been trying to get into? Jared recently got me hooked on dip net fish. So far I found at least 3 species. Trevor, actually, Michelle has been kind of teaching me more about flora and mushrooms. So I've been kind of getting into that. All the wildflowers and stuff. I want to know what I'm looking at and know when to go look for it and stuff like that. And then I bought her all sorts of books on identifying everything. She likes books, and I figured she can learn it and then teach me. I plan on hiking somewhere in the forest this weekend. What's your suggestion? Caverns and streams. I suggest Gum Springs, Cedar Creek Wonders. Go down Tunnel Hill Road if you're coming that way, and you got to get on that Gilead Church Road, and then you take it all the way to Gum Springs Road, and a little down it, and the trailhead's be on your left. Be on your right if you come in the other way from 45, I think. There's a lot out there, though, a lot of pretty area. That's where me, Steel Bob up there, and his little Bob went geocaching. It's like a cemetery with a plaque out in the middle of nowhere. It's really interesting. A little tiny arch. It's fun. Jet, I have. I do believe I ran into some people who were illegally harvesting what I assume was ginseng, or they were going out there for drugs or whatever. They did not like the fact that I had camera equipment. I was trying to leave. I was trying to be nice and get out of there. And they wanted to see the camera, what I recorded. And I said, you could see it when I put it on YouTube. And they're like, why did you record us? I'm like, no. And they're just kind of being belligerent. I think they're intoxicated a little. And, I made it really aware that I was carrying a firearm. So they left me alone. I didn't pull it, but I lifted up enough to let them see that I was armed. And I'm legal. I'm licensed to do that. So that made them leave me alone. Oh, speaking of Michelle, Bob, there she is. And when I got out of the forest, I called the police. I don't know if they ever went. It was the Less Creek area. You gotta watch Bellsmith Springs. It's a fun area, but there's a lot of partiers that go there. I ate the eggs, Michelle. I couldn't wait. But that's a good idea. If you don't want to carry a firearm, or if you don't have one or whatever, get you a can of bear spray. It's relatively cheap, and this stuff will blind someone. I mean, it's strong. It will take someone down. If it could take a bear down, it's going to take a human down. So I recommend it. Let me make sure I don't spray myself in the face. Or get you a can of pepper spray. You can get them at Walmart. Definitely carry a knife, just in case. But only carry a firearm if you are licensed to do so. Don't get in trouble, you know. Hope I never have to use mine. I try to avoid areas where I would need to use it, but when you're in the woods, you just never know. But yeah, you got to watch old Bell Smith. There's a lot of partiers that go there. Walked up on a girl relieving her. Horse riders. Bell Smith, though, what I was going to tell you was I went there. Me and Michelle go there, and we try to clean it up all the time. Can't go right now, but we kind of made it a habit there for a while. Every time we went, we'd come out with a couple of trash bags. And one day I went by myself. She had to work, and it was a vacation day. And extra sweet, Bob. And it was a vacation day. Well, I ended up picking up a hypodermic needle that was used. It was like a diabetic insulin EpiPen type thing. So if people are doing that, you just never know. It's good to be prepared. The trail for Heron Pond is closed. And I heard they've barricaded the parking lot. So any state area is closed, sadly. Good to see you, Tuck. Really glad I got to meet you at the Shawnee events. I'm glad we all got to do that, you know. I was really looking forward to doing a hiking booth at Giant City. In fact, I was so looking forward to it that I decided that I would buy I decided that I would buy 500 Hiking with Shawn stickers so that I can give them out for free. Then it got canceled. So, needless to say, I have a lot of Hiking with Shawn stickers that I want to give away. So, people who want to send me a pre-stamped addressed envelope can do that. My P.O. box is actually in the description of this video, and if you see me on the trail, I'll give you one. We just got to practice social distancing. But I don't mind, you know. I got enough stickers to last me, so. But if you want to send me an envelope, I'll send you back as many as you want. You know, with a limit. I'm not going to send you 500. Oh, you got it, Bob. Howdy, Jared. Welcome, buddy. Let me see if I missed anyone. Yep. No, I don't think I did. I don't know, Bob. I think Lusk might be not busy. Where do you want to do it? Like Indian Kitchen or like the Wilderness? Let's see. Guess I'll bake you some cupcakes. You can do that if you want, Michelle. I'll eat them gladly. Do you have a favorite hiking spot in central or northern Illinois? I do not. I really haven't traveled up there and hiked. Can't tell you. The last time I was in central Illinois was I I'd say about 5 or 6 years ago, I had to go to not St. Louis. I had to go to Springfield to the Department of Professional Regulation and get a license renewed. I was going to go. Well, I went to work for a low-level nuclear power plant doing security, and I had to have a license the next day, so I had to go there and get it. And Northern Illinois, I haven't been there since I was a kid. To Great Lakes Chicago Naval Training Center with Civil Air Patrol. That was a neat place. I do want to go back to Chicago, though. I have nothing against Chicago. I think it's a beautiful city, and I feel really, really bad for those folks up there right now. You really thank your lucky stars when you realize you're in an area that is not as dense. So I feel really bad for the city folk, Chicagoans, New York. People in Chicago are Illinoisans too, you know. Even if we don't agree with politics or whatever be the case, they're still fellow Illinoisans, and you know they're suffering. Let's see. So Trevor, if you have any suggestions, please by all means let me know, because I eventually want to make it up there. I want a road bike Chicago, like take an Amtrak with my bike and just ride around all day, maybe stay in a nice hotel, and then come back to Southern Illinois the next day. I just want to experience biking in the city. I think I can do it. Also want to thank you, Shawn, for your videos. I have found several nice trails. Hey, cool. Thank you, Jet. I appreciate comments like that. I'm glad they are helpful. All Trails is a good app. It used to not be, but now it seems like they're updating it pretty good. And I also recommend, it's paid. You pay $30 a year for the state, but OnX Hunt, the app is free, and it's $30 a year for a full state map, which is nice. But it will show you property boundaries. That way you don't trespass. Really good app. Either from the main trailhead or Frank's Tract. There might be horse riders out, Bob, but I think you'd be alright. As long as it's not like nasty, muddy, wet. Let's see. Rakish. Godwin Trail is one I could always count on for solitary hiking. Trailhead along the road to Bald Knob. Well, I agree. To Hutchins Creek. That's my favorite way to Hutchins Creek. Clear Spring side is longer to me, and it seems hillier, but it always seems really growed up. But I love that Godwin Trail area. And you're right, every time I've hiked it, I've never ran into anyone. Hutchins Creek is my favorite creek. I love that area. How have you been? You've been staying isolated. That's what I've been doing, staying inside and hiking in Shawnee. Do you know if Golden Circle parking lot is not closed? The only area in Garden of the Gods that is closed is the Observation Trail. So Shawnee Forest Lane, I think they call that. That's closed. Or maybe it's Garden of the Gods Lane. Something like that. So it is not. I have not been isolating. I've been social distancing and not getting in groups and staying home a little bit more frequently. I've been staying away from the popular areas, and I still bike, I still hike. The governor said I can, and it's healthy and it's good to get outside. If we stay inside and we sit there and think about, stress and everything, that's just gonna make us vulnerable. Stress kills, we're not getting outside and causing this to go airborne. There's a lot of fake news and misinformation and conspiracy theories out there. So as long as people aren't grouping up and they're keeping distance from each other and they're washing their hands, I think you'll be all right. That Dr. Fauci from Allergy and the one guy, the advisor to Trump, he said something good the other day. He said, as a society, we need to get away from shaking hands. And I'm really, really in huge agreement with him. You know, these hands are nasty, all of us. We just need to get away from, you know, grabbing each other's hand. A simple nod and a smile would suffice, in my opinion. But I still get out and hike. I just try to be respectful about it. And I feel bad for the people who are in Chicago and they're wanting to come down here, but they're being advised not to. You know, I'm not really one to judge. So, let's see. The big thing, if you travel to hike, is limit your contact with other people. Make sure you have gas before you come down. Bring food that you can eat on your own that you don't need to stop for. So on and so forth. That's the big thing. Let's see, did you trim the beard? I have not trimmed the beard yet. I did a couple months ago, so it might look. And I trim my mustache because if it gets too long, it starts getting into my mouth. But if they start requiring mask eventually, I'll probably have to cut it a little bit just so the mask can fit. I ordered me a bunch of cloth ones. We'll see how long they take. Let's see, Pierre Marquette. I need to go there. I've never been there. I heard that's a good one. Did I miss anyone? I don't think. If you ever in the Springfield area. Okay. Thanks, Trevor. I will definitely keep that one in mind. Taking care of your dad. I get it, yeah. I haven't seen my parents since this started. And my grandmother, unfortunately, she's in assisted living. I've not seen her at all. She's a cancer survivor ×2, so she's really super vulnerable. So she didn't get it at first. She didn't understand why I wouldn't come see her, but now she's understanding. So, Bob, I'm a hugger. Really? I didn't think you're a big hugger. The beard should stay. Michelle doesn't want me to take the beard off. So, but if it gets too hot, I'm taking the beard off. Go from my driveway to the trailhead. Good idea. Bring food instead of stopping. Totally agree. Hiking with Shawn. Hey, Mike. Welcome. Hike with Mike. My Floridian friend. How's it going over there? I hope you're staying safe, buddy. You probably have a better chance of getting your leg bit off by an alligator than you do contracting coronavirus. I hiked out at One Horse Gap yesterday. Oh yeah, me and Michelle hiked there a couple weekends ago. Maybe it was last weekend. But we found a milk snake. It was a whole lot of fun. Got a tan too. Yeah, I think I got a little tan or windburn in the face or something. Great trails at Grafton. We'll see. I'm 6 months in on the beard. It's getting awesome. We're all gonna be bearded by the time this is over. Yeah, Jared, I agree. I'm a very social butterfly. I like talking to people and joking and getting close and all that. But I think a lot of stuff's going to change. There's going to be a new norm, people are going to realize that germs are real and infectious disease is real and flus are real, and we're going to probably change as a society. And it stinks, but I think we'll get used to it. Social distancing, I think, is going to be a norm. Online schooling, I think that's going to start really boosting. Lots of interesting stuff awaits us in the future. Haven't seen any gators in a while. You see pretty good snakes down there, Mike. I bet you see a lot of cottonmouth in the swamps. I'll be a hippie too, can't get a haircut. Hey Bob, come on down here and I'll get into a Tyvek suit with like a face shield and I'll cut your hair for you. Michelle can hold you down. The only thing I hug are trees. I hug trees and I hug Michelle Cochran up there. In fact, I gave her a hug last night when I knew I was soaking wet and that it would make her soaking wet. That's one thing. Me and Michelle, we both agreed that, we love each other and we're fine sharing each other's germs, so we are not socially distancing ourselves from one another. And I think that's totally fine. Couples shouldn't have to do that if they don't want to. So if she gets it, I'll get it. If I get it, she'll get it. And hopefully we make it. Well, on a positive note, I hope if we do have a big change in society, I hope it helps with keeping all the maintaining the trails. Yeah, I hope so too, Jared. I hope everyone who's getting out and hiking because they're worried about their health, or jogging, or running and cycling. I'm seeing so many people that I didn't see before get out and jog and go biking and even hike. I hope all that stays a norm after all this is over. People really need to better their health, and doing all that really works. So hopefully they stick with it. So, but I've been seeing a lot more people doing fitness stuff when I bike, and it's pretty neat. And I've seen a lot more people with their kids, spending time with their kids. I'm glad that's happening. And I even see older folk who you would think needs to be inside laying low, but they're with their grandkids and they're smiling and they're keeping them close. And I think those people are just, I don't think they want to miss anything. And I can't fault them for that. I can't. They love their grandchildren. They don't want to miss anything. So they're probably like, if I get it, I get it. At least I got to spend time with my grandkids. And I can't fault someone for that. I won't. So or other trails out there that have more attention. Schaefer's Outdoor Adventures. Welcome. Hope you are all doing. Shawn, have you been to Snake Road recently? I went to Snake Road yesterday, and it was about 7 snakes. One ringneck was deceased. It's a very small one. I think it got stepped on. But it's going to be cold for the next week, so you might not see much. I think once it warms up again, it's going to be a big deal. So hopefully, if we get into the 70s or high 60s with sunlight, I think that's when they're going to really start moving. Let's see. I've noticed a lot of people walking around town. Unfortunately, often in groups. Yeah, that's no good. Shawn, what is your opinion why most trails in the Shawnee aren't marked or maintained. For instance, the River trail markers are far apart. And the markers are pretty, they're pretty good. You just stay on that trail until you see the next marker. They usually only put the blazes where you're going to be making an alternative turn or something like that. You're going to be making a turn, or stuff like that. But I think the Forest Service has rules on how far they can be together. I know you have to nail them up a certain way so the tree can continue to grow, and you also have to use aluminum nails. So I know there's all sorts of rules. But like Bob said, there's a lot of damage on the trail with horses. I'm not trying to diss horseback riders. I know many, and they're good people, good friends, but there still is a lot of damage. Horses are hard on a trail. And I see four-wheelers and people illegally using it, and they damage it a lot. The horse folks will at least bring gravel in and repair their own damage and stuff like that. But the Jeep and Shawnee, they help, but the illegal four-wheelers, they're not interested in fixing their stuff. So that's why everyone hates them. You can't blame people. I mean, tear it up and then don't ever come back, Can't blame them. I used to ride four-wheelers when I was a kid. They were a lot of fun, But, we come across cottonmouths twice. Huh. Oh yeah, Snake Road's full of them like it. I've never seen any place or heard of any place like it, I think Snake Road is the only road that closes in the world for migration of snakes. Could be wrong. Maybe there's other snake roads, but I've not heard of any. I've heard you can't have any motors or anything in the forest. You can't in wilderness areas. No mechanical equipment allowed in wilderness areas or like natural areas. But they're regular parts of the forest. You can bring a chainsaw, and some of them you can drive, legal vehicles. Yeah, and horses have torn up a lot. It's hard to maintain all that. They mainly rely on grants and volunteers. The Forest Service doesn't have the money they used to. And unfortunately, they're not going to have very much when all this is done, because we've exhausted other budgets, other programs that are going to get priority. And so we may see some changes in that. So it's really going to rely on volunteers, which I'm ready to do. I agree, hike with Mike. Totally. Sorry if I'm missing anyone. It's pretty cool, 16 people in here. Have you seen any interesting snake hybrids or color morphs? I have not. I haven't seen anything different, I don't think. Yep, that's why volunteers are important. Bob, you're going to have to do some live streams one of these days. Take that gimbal and hike around the yard or something. Maybe we could do some challenges. I'm probably going to, depending on how long this lasts, I'm going to probably try to do some best of hiking with Shawn and bloopers and stuff like that. Kind of reuse old footage, but make it kind of fun. That way I don't run out, you know. I still have quite a bit of backup footage, though, to edit. So I should be okay. I should be okay. CrossFit challenge. There we go. Backyard CrossFit challenge. I'm too ugly for live streams. Maybe I could get Stud Boy to do it for me. Yeah, he's a speaker. He'd probably speak and dance. Maybe like butter toast on live stream. Poor Bob, poor little Bob. We pick on him too much. I remember when you wrapped up that butter knife for him for Christmas and had him. That was funny. That was funny. I missed. I wish. I kind of missed Pine Hills camping that one time. That was a whole lot of fun when we all did that. We'll have to do that again. I spent the season doing trail work and firefighting for the Shawnee years ago. Would love to move south. Oh, cool. Thank you for doing that, Rakish. Jared Ingram. The other day when I drove to Benham Hill Trailhead, I seen several people camping at campsites throughout the forest. I wonder, when'd you go there? Was it during the turkey? Because a lot of people go there to turkey hunt. That's a big hunting area. I wonder if it was maybe them. Can people still camp out there? Yeah, people can still camp. You can camp. And you could camp anywhere that's not a recreation site or a natural area or otherwise signed. And then during COVID, you just can't camp at like campgrounds that are forestry controlled. So like Bellsmith Springs Campground, Redbud, it's controlled by a concierge, so it's open. You can go camp there for $10 or whatever it is. Make sure he wears those aviator glasses. That's funny. He's getting better, but still doesn't like the spread. That's weird. I want to be out in the woods for a while and away from the house. Been stuck inside for 3 weeks. I don't blame you, buddy. You got to get fresh air once in a while. Is my camera fogging up, or am I going blind? Let's see. Planned on camping there the weekend of your Snake Road hike. Yeah. Unfortunately, that got canceled. I was kind of looking forward to that. I thought I'm going to have a big group. But it was for the better. It was yesterday. Yeah, it would have been turkey season, Jared. Hike with Mike. Down here the trails are open, but all campsites are closed. Thinking about camping out in my backyard. Hey, nothing wrong with that. If my backyard was a little bit more suitable, I would, but this town is at night not really the best, in my opinion. You know, Michelle, we could have a camp out in your backyard. I bet Trinity and would like that. Find her tent. Nothing wrong with that. We could camp right there. Of course, we'd be so close to your comfortable bed that I'd be like, yeah, I'll just leave all these people out here and go in there. I'm concerned about turkey season when we hike tomorrow. Just wear orange. I wouldn't be too concerned about it. Stay on the trail. They're not really supposed to shoot on the trail, if I gather correctly. I've hiked many times during turkey season. I've never really encountered people. There's one time I was at Bill Smith, and I came into a grove of pines, and right when I walked into this grove, there was like a bunch of turkey, and there was a male, and he did not like me. He blew his tail feathers up, and he was like trying to hit me with his legs or whatever. Though I don't know, I'm not a turkey person. I don't know what they what to call it all, but I had pretty much had to run to get away from them. But I spooked them, and they weren't happy. Let's see, Lake Glendale campground's open. Yep. I literally haven't been anywhere but work for 3 weeks. Have to get out. I don't blame you there. Where is that rascally cat at tonight? She's somewhere. Maybe in the window, looking outside, or in my bed. I came up on turkey hunters last year along Hog Thief Creek. I don't think I have yet. I give deer hunters space, but for some reason I don't think about turkey hunters. Yeah, that's kind of me too. And I really try to be respectful of them, you know. And there's probably going to be more in the forest, but I think you'll probably be alright, Bob. I just wear orange to be safe. I mean, you're not breaking the law by being out there, you know. Are those real cats behind you? Well, I have one cat. I don't see where she is right now, but the cat that's on the tree behind me, the cat tree. No, that one's fake. That'd be a big cat. my grandmother had that for years, and I kind of inherited it when she went to assisted living. So I kept it. I remember that stuffed cat for as long as I can have memories. That thing's older than me. I was hiking in the woods one time during deer bow hunting season, came across a hunter in a tree. He was so bored he was glad I came. There you go, Mike. I've ran into bow hunters. They're usually pretty friendly. Wish I had a dog. Trail walking dog. Oh, Bob has a dog. He needs to get it out hiking. Preferably not during turkey season. I thought about getting my cat out, because she used to live outside. I rescued her, and she was outside for 1.5, 2 years. So, I think she'd do okay. You know, I'd get her like a harness. Just take her hiking. I think that'd be kind of fun. Make a good video. It'd probably go viral. People and their cat videos. Well, folks, it is 9 o'clock at night and getting late, so I might go ahead and end it here. You can take Max for a hike. Yeah, Max, he needs a hike. Wear him out. Basset Hound, good dogs. So I'm pretty much going to end the stream here. Got to work tomorrow. I don't get off. I'm more or less the boss tomorrow, so get to go in. Then I took next Friday off, so I'll have a nice little 3-day next weekend. Never seen anyone hiking with a cat yet. I have a few times. It's kind of interesting. But anyway, y'all take care. Thank you for coming by. And in the future, when I essentially start getting low on footage, I'm going to change up everything to where I do like best ofs and bloopers, and I'll still put new footage out too once a week, but I'll probably replace one of the 3 weekly videos with a live stream, and I'll try to make it a little bit more scheduled. That way I keep the same amount of content, and you know, I don't run out of materials. I got some products being shipped my way that companies want me to test out, so I'll be making some videos for them. And then I have stuff that I bought on my own that I would like to review and make some videos for that. So that's pretty much it. Rice Hollow, Avenza Maps is the best. I can't think of the trail numbers for Rice Hollow. It's a pretty area though. Better in the fall or the winter. You have a good night too, Mike. Y'all have a good night. Michelle is the boss. I wear the pants until she gets home, and then I take them off and give them to her. So, thanks all for showing up, and until next time, I will see you on the trail. I want to see all you on the trail, so be safe out there. Hope the microphone just didn't pick that up. Y'all take care.